What's your name?
My name's Chloe Duffield.
What school do you go to?
I go to UCLA.
Why did you choose that school?
It's #1 public university, and I really wanted to get a good education, and I love the location.
What year are you?
I'm going to be a senior this year.
Where do you call home?
I'm from Dana Point, California.
What made you choose to live so close to home?
I loved growing up in California, but I kind of wanted to be a little bit far away from home, but I didn't want to be too far. So I felt like LA was like the perfect mix.
How do you handle homesickness?
I'll go to the beach, or like I said, if I really want to go home, Orange County is only like 2 hours away, so it's not too bad.
What's your major?
I'm majoring in public affairs and minoring in professional writing.
Why did you choose that major?
I've always been interested in political science and history, and my major is a nice blend of both. And then I love writing, and I don't think you can ever be too good of a writer. So,
Where do you live at school?
I live in apartment side, so I live in an apartment with 9 other girls.
What does housing usually look like when you're a freshman?
Freshmen usually live in the dorms. They call it the Hill.
What about when you're a sophomore or an upperclassman?
Kind of depends. If you're a part of certain organizations, so like Greek life, for example, sophomore year, you live in a sorority or fraternity. Or if you're not, then you opt to live in the dorms again, or you can live in apartments, and then juniors and seniors, it's the same thing.
Honestly, how are the dorms?
I heard they're like a shoebox, but like very fun because you meet so many new people there.
Any advice for living with a roommate?
Be upfront about your boundaries right away and communicate well, and then also respect their boundaries too.
What's one thing you recommend all freshmen have in their dorm?
Shower shoes.
Do you have a favorite memory at this school so far?
My freshman year, our basketball team made it to the Final Four. That was amazing.
Do you have a favorite spot on campus?
I do.
Can you show us?
I can.
What part of campus is this?
This is the base of Jan's Steps.
What do students do here?
They lay in the sun, they take a break in between classes. If the weather's really nice, you'll find people tanning.
Wow. How would you describe your school's culture?
Work hard, play hard.
What's a fun tradition at this school?
Our undie run. On Wednesday nights of finals week every quarter, Bruins strip down to their underwear and run along campus.
What's your favorite on-campus event you've attended?
Basketball games in Poly are always so fun.
What's been the most challenging part about being in college?
I think just finding your footing. It's really awesome being in an environment where there's a lot of amazing people, but it can also feel like maybe the path that you're on isn't the right one, but just kind of figuring out what you want to do and really sticking to it.
How do students get around campus?
Walking or birding.
What about off campus?
Walking, or if you have a car.
Do you need a car here?
You don't, but unless you're trying to go somewhere outside of Westwood, you might need a car, but Uber always works.
Do students go off campus a lot?
Depends. I mean, you can find a lot of things in Westwood, but LA is such a fun big city, so.
What do you like to do off campus?
I like to go to the beach, I like to hang out with my friends in new places, like First Fridays in Venice is such a good time.
Any fun coffee shops near campus?
On campus, I really like Kirchhoff Coffee House. Off campus, I like Ministry of Coffee.
What's your favorite thing to do on weekends?
I like to go to the beach, I like to hang out with my friends, try new restaurants.
What's your favorite way to stay physically active on campus?
Honestly, the walk from my apartment to campus is enough to make me break a sweat. But if I'm feeling a little more energized, then we can go to our gym at John Wooden.
Are there any non-D1 sports you can play?
Absolutely. We have such fun intramural teams. Last year, me and my friends were all on a beach volleyball team. It was super fun.
How do you balance academics and social life?
I think just being around people who are kind of on the same page. Luckily, most of the people here want to have a social life and excel academically, so everyone's usually on the same wavelength.
Any advice for dealing with difficult professors?
Check out Bruin Walk before you take a class, because then you can avoid having a difficult professor. But if you can't, then I would say really try to attend class and maybe ask people who've taken the class before you for advice.
What do you do to de-stress?
I like to get good food, listen to music, hang out with friends, or take a nap.
What's your favorite study spot?
I like Powell, and Anderson is also beautiful.
Do you have any advice for incoming freshmen?
Just say yes to everything. This is like the period of your life where you're supposed to be trying out new things, and you can worry about all the serious stuff when you're a sophomore.
Where are we now?
We are right near the fountain where we have the Bruin tradition. You can only touch the fountain once when you're a freshman, and you can't touch it again until you're a senior, otherwise you won't graduate.
Awesome. What do you do when you aren't in class?
I like to go to the beach. If I'm trying to kill time in between classes, I'll just go get a coffee to keep me awake for my next class.
Are class sizes bigger here?
It depends on the class. Some core classes can be like 200 students, and then other classes can be like 20. But if you have a large class, then you have a smaller discussion with a TA.
What's your favorite class you've taken?
My favorite class I've taken was a film class. It was Introduction to Screenwriting. And my screenplay was not very good, but I made my roommates act it out, and that was really good.
Any professors you recommend?
Dr. Georgia Leap is fantastic, and Dr. Mark Kaplan is great too.
How do you handle tough classes?
Attending lectures and trying to stay on top of your workload like ahead of time has always helped me, and also taking really good notes.
Did anything surprise you when you became a student at UCLA?
I think just how many people there are. It's like every time I'm walking on campus, you always see like at least 50 new people you've never seen before.
Do students go to the library to study?
They do, but it depends what part you go to, because certain parts of Powell can be a little bit more social than others.
Do you have a favorite place to eat on campus?
Yes, Kirchhoff Coffee House has really good food.
What's your go-to order?
Their tomato soup and grilled cheese.
How are the dining halls?
Amazing, #1 in the country.
What do you wish you knew before coming to the school?
How many hills there were?
Any advice for making friends on campus?
Everyone's in the same boat as you, so just be open to meeting new people and trying new things. And also, if you join clubs and organizations, it can help expose you to people who are interested in the same stuff.
Does this school have any big sports teams?
We do. Our basketball team is fantastic, and so is our football.
Who is your school's biggest rival?
We got the crosstown rivalry with USC.
Do students have a lot of school spirit here?
Absolutely. Once you're a Bruin, you're always a Bruin.
Is Greek life a large part of campus life?
Not necessarily. It's only 13% of the student body, so like 3,400 kids.
Are you a part of Greek life?
I am. I'm a member of Alpha Phi, and I'm actually this year's vice president of membership recruitment.
Does this school have a frat row?
Sort of. Most of the frats are spread out along like a few streets.
Do you need to be in Greek life to be social?
Absolutely not. Like I said before, it's just another club or organization where people just hang out, so you can 100% have a social life outside of Greek life.
What's the party scene like here?
It's very fun, but it can get very sweaty inside the frats.
Are you involved in any other organizations on campus?
Yes, I'm a part of a sorority, and I'm part of 2 clubs, Bruin Toastmasters and Bruin Real Estate Association.
How can you find organizations to get involved in?
You can check out our career fair and then also UCLA, our student union website.
Any advice for making the most of university resources?
Check out the UCLA website.
Do a lot of students have jobs while they're at UCLA?
I think it depends. I have a job currently. I work at our school's student-run advertising company, but just depends. Lots of kids do, lots of kids don't.
How can you find on-campus jobs?
UCLA is always posting job openings, and also you can kind of just walk in and ask if they're hiring.
What about internships or job opportunities?
Job posting websites like LinkedIn are super helpful, but UCLA also has something called UCLA One, which is a bunch of UCLA alumni working together with UCLA undergrads.
Any idea what your dream job is after college?
I want to go to law school and get my JD, but I think my dream job would be like press secretary in like the White House or something.
Is it common to study abroad?
It is. Usually you go your sophomore year during fall quarter.
If you had studied abroad, where would you have gone?
I really wanted to go to Germany, but I've heard that Barcelona is a very good time.
If you could change anything about this school, what would it be?
Nothing except for the hills, maybe.
What do you like the most about UCLA?
I love the people. Everyone here is so kind and exciting and just wants you to succeed, and they want to succeed. It's awesome.
What's something at UCLA not enough people are talking about?
Our botanical gardens. They're gorgeous.
And if you could do it all over again, would you still choose UCLA?
Absolutely. Go Bruins.
Any last words?
Nope. Go Bruins.